What is good, YouTube? It's your boy BDB, and obviously I made a video, a part 1 about why I think college transfer portal is bad for college athletes, and here's my part 2, and I'm going to pick off of what I'm saying. The reason why I think it's bad is because if you have a kid who's transferred a lot, that looks bad. That's bad. It is. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of college athletes can't admit that about themselves. But that's bad look on you. If you transfer, if this is like your second, third, fourth, fifth transfer, I'm like, dog, this ain't looking good for you, bro. It's not. A lot of college athletes, they thinking, oh man, this is my second or third transfer. This might be home. Buddy, that ain't home. That is not home. I know where your home is. And I don't want to say it for you, but CDL time. That's your home, man. But a lot of, and even the reasons why college kids transfer, like when it comes to transferring for college kids, I feel like coaches need to do a little better on this. You need to be a little bit more strict. Because when I'm looking at a kid in the transfer portal, there's two things I'm going to do. I'm first going to ask the kid, what are you hitting the transfer portal for? Because there's a reason. There's no reason. If a kid's saying I'm just hitting the transfer portal just to hit the transfer portal, you just an idiot. Of course, you're just an idiot. Hold on, y'all. That kid's an idiot. If you're just hitting the transfer portal just to hit the transfer portal, that kid's an idiot. Now, then I want to know, what do you want to transfer here for? That's what I want to know. Then after I ask that kid, I'm going to call the coach. Hey, did the kid ever tell you why he hit the transfer portal? And the coach is going to tell me something. And because here's the thing about coaches, they'll tell you the truth. They should be telling you the truth. But people get mad. Like if a kid's saying, okay, I want to be able to shoot the ball. I'm a shooter. And coach is not letting me shoot the ball. That's one thing. He's not letting you do your style of play. He's not letting you be free. Okay, that's one thing. He's like, okay, we're a feed the post team. But you're a shooter. They ain't giving you no looks, and you be wide open nine times out of 10. And they don't give you looks? Okay, I'm leaving. That's understandable. But if it's because, well, coach is just too hard on me, I just don't like it. Okay, that right there will tell me I ain't getting you because you ain't mentally tough. You're not. You want somebody to patty cake. Because guess what? Those kids who leave because coach is too mentally tough on them, they're trying to toughen them up mentally because no matter how physically gifted you are, there's a lot of tall people who are just mentally soft. They're mentally soft. There's a lot of tall people who are just mentally soft. It don't matter how tall, how big you is. I don't care how old you is. There's a lot of them that are mentally soft. They are. Anytime the times get rough, what do? They just leave. They run away and leave. They do. And I'm like, why are you leaving? If the coach is getting on you, what do you think the next coach is going to do? You think the next coach, I'm like, just because you got patted on your back in high school, you had yes men around you in high school, doesn't mean that college coach is going to be a yes man. Because you know how many yes men he had to coach? Think of all the great coaches that came out of college basketball. Coach K, Pt2, Tom Izzo, Dan Hurley. There's obviously plenty more. John Wooden. There's obviously plenty more of great coaches who have came out of college basketball. You don't think that they had to coach yes men? People who've been around yes men 24/7? Obviously, and even if I want to, and Dean Smith down in North Carolina, legendary coach Dean Smith. A lot of people don't understand. Great coaches give the players the best mental toughness. They'll cuss you out. They will cuss you out regardless of who you is. They don't care. And if you say, coach, I'm leaving, I'm hitting the transfer portal, guess what that coach is going to say? All right, I'll find the next dude. It ain't like they're going to throw a party saying goodbye. It's not like they're going to beg you and cry and say, please stay. They're not. They're just going to be like, okay, we'll just find the next kid who wants to come here and be committed, who wants to come here and actually show like he wants to be here. That's it. Because guess what? Most of these kids, and they say, oh, coach isn't who I thought he was when I recruited him. Of course, coach ain't going to be who you think he is. I'm going to get on that later. But when you are being recruited as a college kid, and you get to the team and say like your team is doing under 500 and your coach is mad and you're questioning, coach is always so mad. Why is he mad? Have you checked the record? You're under 500. You are a losing team. No matter if you're 49.9%, you are a losing team. What do you think coach is upset for? He done did all this recruiting, all this coaching, all this and that, and he is a losing team. No coach is going to be happy being a losing team. If they are happy with being a losing team, then that's a dumb coach.
And if you're a winning team and you don't win the championship, then it's going to feel like a bust. So that's why the coach will also be upset.
That's a dumb coach. If he's happy with being a losing team, that's a dumb coach. If he gets happy because you turn the ball over, you in foul trouble, that's a stupid coach. A lot of coaches, and here's the thing about coaches, it is hard to break a coach out of his style if he has been a winner, when he has been a winning coach, when he has players who've gone to the pros, and when he has championships. It is hard to break a coach like that. It is hard when he has a winning record, multiple years, players who've gone to the NBA or NFL, and when he has championships, is when he played in the NBA or NFL, or when he was in college. It is hard because 9 times out of 10, those college coaches, they either played at that college, they either played in the NBA, NFL, whatever professional league, or they played overseas. So they got professional experience, or they have got experience with that college. Or at some college, they got experience. So they know what they're doing. And all these kids, and it's like when you're getting recruited as a high school kid, it is just, I always tell people this, when it comes to high school recruit, it is just like dating. The same way the college sees the kid that they want to recruit. It's just like that girl or guy, they see that person that they want to try and get with. At first you think they look good. You're like, man, I got to get this person. What do you think colleges do when they're interested in you? They're going to start looking up your social media. What do you think people do what do you think girls or guys do when they're interested in that one person? They start looking up social media. What do you think colleges do when they find your social media? They look through your photos, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to message you. What do you think that person does what do you think that girl or guy does when they find that person that they want to talk to? They find them, they start texting them. Then that's when then guess what both of them do? They're going to say, hey, come visit me. I want to see you. Let's meet up. Then guess what next happens? Y'all meet up. And guess what happens when you're on a recruiting visit? Or when you meet that person that likes you? They're going to try their best to look good and make everything else look good, regardless of what their situation is. They're going to make everything look good. If a coach is recruiting a college kid, he's going to bring that college kid. That is the nicest you're going to ever see coach be in his life. And all those other coaches, that is the nicest you're going to ever see them. Because you know why? They're trying to be so nice to you so they can reel you in. Just like that girl or that guy that wants that one person. They're going to act as nice as they can be. They're going to look as good as they can look so they can reel you in. And then boom, the college, you get that kid committed to your school. Just like that girl or that guy, you got that person to say, yes, I want to go out with you. Boom, y'all dating. Boom, that kid is committed. Guess what? They start being around you for some time and they're starting to see your true colors. The longer you stay around, and this is very true, the longer you stay around other people, the more you start to see their true colors. And that's what I'm talking about with college athletes. You first saw coach, and definitely with college athletes, transfers, and high school kids, you first saw Coach when he was, what's up, man, Mr. Nice Guy. Most coaches before the season are Mr. Nice Guy. They're the most chillest coaches ever. They laughing with you, joking, smiling with you. But during the season, that is a whole different coach you don't want to play around with. Just like dating. Like the first 1 to 3 months. That is the honeymoon phase. They look the most perfect, and I'll even say that with college coaches too. The first 1 to 3 months is the honeymoon phase where they look the most perfect in the world. You thinking they the nicest person, they're the most perfect person. This is the most perfect situation where everything looking all peachy, sunshine, and rainbows. Then when you start going to that 4 to 7 month period. Now, 4 to 6 month period, guess what it is? That's the dark ages, I like to call it. The dark ages. Where it's like, all right, you've been around this person long enough. You done got comfortable with them. They got comfortable with you. Now you're starting to do things where it's starting to tick them off. So now you're starting to get that person upset. Now that person's starting to show you their true colors. Then that 7 to 12 months, that's I'll say 7 to 11 months. Guess what? That's the okay. We all right. You got through the dark ages. Now it's time to see. All right, now we get into now we upgrading. We building a genuine relationship. Then the 12 months and from a year and so on forth, you got a genuine relationship. That's how it be. Most college kids, they fail at the 4 to 6 month period, the dark age period. Because you ain't falling for it, because you ain't getting that honeymoon phase no more. So then you want to hit the transfer portal. Because when you stop getting the yes men and you stop getting that honeymoon, guess what? Now it's all dark ages. And you start going into dark ages, now you starting to feel now it don't feel good. That's all college kids want. They want that honeymoon phase. They want Mr. Nice Guy. They want that's all they want. That's all they want. Someone to just pat them on the back, say, it's okay, buddy. And the moment coach start being tough on them, trying to mentally build their toughness, they start. In credit, there's many players that they react different ways in different situations when it comes to mental toughness. Some of them, it'll make them stronger. Some of them, it'll make them crumble. There's two types of people when you're trying to make them mentally tough. There's those people that crumble, and there's those people that they show up. They do better. And all these college kids, and if they talking about, I just got a lot of pressure on me, coach, you ain't got no pressure. You only feel pressure if you ain't come prepared or if you ain't ready for the moment. A lot of players talking about they're the best player. If you're the best player, you need to mentally have yourself as the best player. You can physically look like the best player all you want. But if you don't mentally carry yourself like you the best player, that ain't going to mean nothing. That ain't gonna mean nothing. But I think where we gone to at this point in college sports, the head people for college athletics, they got to come to a decision. If it was me, I got two decisions for you. Either we take away this transfer portal, and y'all can say I'm committed to the school all you want, but you can't leave, because committed means you staying there through thick and thin. You stand there through good days, through the bad days, through the sunshines, through the rainbows, through the wins, through the losses, through the championships, and no championships. You stand there if we go to March Madness or not. You committed. Regardless if coach like you or not, you committed. The only time you can leave is when you go back to be a regular student at the university. And even if you can transfer academically, I don't care if you leave academically. Academics matter way more than athletics. But most athletes don't understand that. But like I said, some of them just be a lot of dummies. Athletics, it ain't gonna get you all it, because most people, and you got to realize this, not a lot of athletes get into college, and barely any athletes go to the NBA. If we're talking college basketball, out of every single college basketball player in the country, only 60 go to the NBA. Only 60 get drafted. Everybody else got to fight. for a G League spot or go overseas and fight for a spot over there. And even overseas, you got kids who's like 16, 17 playing professional grown men. So this whole transfer portal, and even if a kid transfer more than one time, and this is the reason why I say college recruiting or the transfer portal is like dating. Imagine you have somebody, say like a college kid hits the transfer portal, you transfer one time. One person goes through a breakup. You go through your first breakup. You go to somebody else. All right, cool. Then it's like, all right, you found your new home, cool. But then they transfer again for the second time. Then that person, no, I'm going to say, you know what, I'm going to do this. Transferring is like being married. You go through your first marriage, you get divorced. That kid goes through their first year of the team. They transfer. All right, cool. It might not be your fault, man. You got to go somewhere else, find your home, you know, get settled down. Yada. You get married the second time. All right, you transfer to your second team, college team. All right, cool. Then you transfer again for the second time. It's like, all right, this third time might be the charm, you know. You get divorced for the second time. Third time might be the charm. Get married for the third time. You transfer to your third college. Then you said I'm transferring again. Or you get divorced again. At this point, I'm like, all right, you doing something that it's on you at this point. It's not on no coach. It ain't on no player. It ain't on nothing. It is you at this point. What are you doing that you need to hit the transfer portal so many times? That's why I say they need limitations. Because one is going to make athletes think. We're going to see who the smart ones and who the dummies. A lot of them just enter just to enter. A lot of them just enter just to enter. Because if you transfer more than one time, I'm looking at you like, are you actually a good player? Or I'm thinking you suck. I'm like, you terrible. I would never ever accept a kid who transferred more than one time. Never. I don't care if you the next LeBron, Michael Jordan. I don't care who you is. I'd be like, you transfer more than once, you must not be that good. I don't care. You must have talent, but you ain't got the skill of mental toughness. If you, especially now, like I said, if you're transferring because the coach isn't giving you a shot, that's one thing. But if you're transferring because the coach is being too hard on you, that's another thing. That's another thing. A lot of college athletes need to really, I don't know, bro. If you really transfer more than one time, 3 is pushing it. 2 is pushing it, but 3 is definitely pushing it. I'm telling you, it's kind of, and like I said, and when I think about the transfer portal as well, I think about it like, think about that one person who's always getting passed around, girl and guy. But think about that one person who's always getting passed around everywhere. Like, say, like if you're on a college campus, school, wherever, work, wherever. Think about that one person who's always getting passed around, who's always messing with everybody around the workforce. That's what it's like with college transfer portal. I'm like, you just getting passed around like I call you the transfer portal thought. You just a transfer portal thought. You just getting passed around, bro. That's it. You just getting passed around and let everybody get in. Then when you ain't like it, now you're leaving. No, you just suck. That's the truth. You just terrible. A lot of them can't admit that. They can't come to the reality. If you transfer more than one time, or you got to transfer 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and you talking about you still ain't find your home, no, your home is CDL, because you suck and you ain't ready. Give another athlete a chance. You over here taking someone else's spot who might be deserving. That's it, man. That's all I got to say. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back with some more videos.